Man, we haven't done a real podcast. Well, a podcast with just us and like since last year, to be honest with you. We weren't,
We were living life, so
Yeah, we've been traveling all over the world. So, but that's no excuse. Like we said, one of the things we've been debating with. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. Couples or single or not, just trying to be consistent, balanced, disciplined. And like we always go back and forth because my wife in particular, now she has to go into the office. I still get to work from home.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, where there's a will, there's a way. It's 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week. But, to that point, it is challenging, balancing everything that we have going on. But I always say, like, this is what we asked for, right? This is what we asked for. And so God's blessings have been abundant onto us, so we just got to figure it out. But
I think it's just about managing our time better, and just kind of developing a rhythm and a schedule, hopefully that we can stick to as much as possible. So I think it's going to be something that we can move towards and get a better handle on.
As you can see, so we're in a hotel. We did a staycation. We got the child in the back playing a video game. We just bootlegging it today, so you won't know.
But we're here.
Yeah,
that's what's important. We're here.
So, speaking of that, we celebrate a year. Basically, by the time people have seen this, we will have celebrated a year of marriage and 24 years of each other. Since '98, ups and downs and good times, bad times, challenging times, all that stuff. But
still beautiful.
It's still beautiful. So what do you say to the people? Obviously they're the people. I mean, we have friends that have been married for like 5, 10, 15, even 20 years.
Yeah.
But then there are the people that have gone through divorces, around our age, maybe older, maybe even younger. They've kind of just maybe given up on love. What do you have to say to those people?
I always believe in love. I believe that love can have its opportune time. So it really depends on what's going on in your life and if you're making room for that love. I've always seen like memes or videos that say when you ask for something, you make room for it, and that's like a physical act of making room. So that's decluttering things in your life, in your home, in your closet, making room in your space, in your heart to receive the things that you want. Because if there's too much stuff going on, you're not going to be able to receive it once things come your way. And that's even when it comes to your dating life. You want to be married, but you're dating 4, 5, 6 different people. There's no way at the same time. There's no way.
That's not dating. That's being in the streets.
There's no way for you to make room for that love that's supposed to come and feel you and have a journey with. So it's there. Like I said, you have to be intentional. You have to be mindful of it. And really get yourself positioned for the things that you want. And that could be changing some things about yourself personally as well too. How you think, any character flaws that you may have, so you could be ready for what God is going to present to you, because God does not give you what you want and what you need in a bunch of mess. So you want to make sure that you get your house in order and clean it up.
Wow, that was a lot. I was gonna say, man, just have faith and keep doing what you're doing.
But doing what you're doing may not be working, so you want something different.
God will let you know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to be in them streets, so you see, like,
He'll let you know the hard way. Yes, but sometimes you don't have to go down the hard road. That's what I'm saying.
Eat good, drink good, work out,
and be a good person.
Be a good person. And I feel like, especially at this age, like, don't settle. I mean, being lonely can suck sometimes. Get
your good friends around you during those times.
Enjoy being single. It's fun to be single at some point, but it just depends who you are. Like, to be honest with you, it really depends on who you are. Like, if you had not come into my life, that I think I would have been like legitimately single forever.
Single by marriage.
What do you mean?
Not by proximity and having someone around. Because you could be single and not date and not be with anyone and just focus on yourself.
I have no idea what that means.
But you could be single and, be talking to hella people.
Yeah,
I would be not committed.
I would be single. Yeah, I would probably belong to the streets.
Probably.
Because there wouldn't be anything else for me to do, because I just wouldn't settle anymore. Like, it's just, for what? So, that's why I was always thankful that we came back together, how we came back together, and I was just mature enough to understand and know, like, immediately, right away. But I was headed, I was like, dang, the street's gonna have me forever.
Mm-hmm. So I want to address that settling comment, and I think that's key, because a lot of times we settle because we don't want that lonely factor. We want somebody to occupy space. We want it to look like somebody loves us and cares for us on the gram, and that does not fulfill us, right? We know when we're settling. We know when something's missing. We know when something isn't right just for optics.
Yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, I know a lot of people that do that. I know things are not going the way they present themselves.
I mean,
and
you
it's a settled
and
situation.
I have both settled in previous
We have,
relationships,
and
I'm sure those people might have settled for us too.
Right, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Even though my wife thinks she's perfect. She thinks ain't nobody settled for her.
No.
But
and I've settled to an extent and then kept it moving. Yeah, but either way, I know people that can admittedly say I'm settling in their marriage, and it's like, well, why? And it's not, I can't find someone to love me and my kids, because we know that is not true. I'm just here. We're in this rut. Why bother? Why pick up? Why get to know somebody new? But it's your life, and we know that life can be fleeting. We don't know how much time we have. We want to be able to enjoy it and be fulfilled, and settling is not something that, we should be doing. Same thing when it comes to a job. I mean, anything else. When it's time to move on, you pick up and you move on. We want to be focused. We should be focused like that in relationships too. But for our happiness,
you're giving a TED talk.
I have done that too. Y'all can go on YouTube and Google me.
Did you put makeup on?
I need to present myself well to the people. It's just a touch. Anyways, that's my TED talk on settling. Here you go.
Put makeup on. We're supposed to be like real, authentic.
We are real.
Rough, rugged, and raw from the That's why, guys, coffee's about the only thing, what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real in these, well, not streets, but I'm keeping it real, like, now in this
staycation streets.
Yeah, this hotel suite or whatever,
family.
really. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got bars, but yeah, I don't really know what to say to all that fancy talk. Just be happy. We've been, it's funny because we have been officially married for a year, and it doesn't feel like it really feels like longer, partially because you get on my nerves, but the other part is just because we've just been in each other's lives for so long, and the conversations that we had before we even got together, like as soon as we got together, like at least for me, mindset was like, oh, this is my wife right away. And so it just yeah.
And we have our groove though, right?
Yeah, we have our groove. I mean, we have our issues, and we go and deal with stuff. And we work diligently at it though. And I think part of that is just because we're mature, or a little bit more mature now. But the other part is just because we know each other. So at the beginning of this journey, we had the right conversation about everything. But the other part is just I feel like when this guy is playing for you, you can't break that. That doesn't mean that you don't work at it, because you have to continue to work at this relationship or anything in life. But what God has for you is truly what God has for you. And
don't fight against it when things are not moving in the direction that you need them to move. Oftentimes, as people, we fight against what could be the unknown and what can be considered comfortable for us, even though we know it's not right.
Yeah. We don't care about that TED talk. Look here,
ladies.
Look here.
This conversation is for the men as well.
Man, whatever.
But the ladies it'll resonate with them. Stop that. I thought we were dropping some gems this morning.
We got dropping gems, but what I'm saying, like
these millennium married gems on our staycation.
But I will say this, like just again, the reason why our tag is No Formula 22, and just the no formula partially being the most part of it is just because just do you, like just do you. There's no formula. I mean, I understand books and podcasts and stuff like that, and I'm not even trying to give, or hopefully we're not even trying to give like advice and tell you what to do. We're just an example. So if it could be done for us, it could be done for you.
And I think sometimes it's things that love That was great.
Apparently she has.
I have a lot to say today. I think it's
great.
things that where you can listen to us and take tidbits, and you can listen to someone else and take tidbits. You can look at your past experiences and those lessons learned, and morph it all together for whatever that is for you. So to the no formula, there is no 1 + 1 = 2, type of concept, but you have to find what works for you. And sometimes it is trial and error when it comes to getting things right in the way of love.
Yes. But yeah. So I mean, we're a year in, plus 20 or 23 years of off and on dating, and a solid 24 years of friendship, of course. But I will say this to you, like people, I've never believed in like honeymoon phase on any level of anything, your job or anything, because that's to suggest that okay, this is gonna be the best part of it, and then from there it goes down. And so like even after we got married, like we literally went right back to work Monday. Like we had a big celebration at our house, beautiful wedding that Saturday. I mean, it was a grind, and like we didn't even take any days off. Yeah, I mean it took us maybe Thanksgiving. I mean, we were worn out, but it was a good kind of tired, but that was just because like we're gonna do what we got to do, and then keep it moving, keep it in motion. And like I believe the honeymoon phase or whatever, I just don't believe in it. I just believe you just want every day you should try to make a great day, and you'll fall short of it just because of life and
we're not
being
always
people.
The same.
But like like I don't believe in the Valentine's Day, even though my wife is like so mushy about that type of stuff. But
I am, but I don't like to celebrate on the day exactly.
Well, it ain't even that, but it's just like every day is like every day I'm like, what can I do for her to just make her feel special, and
he does an amazing job.
I
really
absolutely do.
Really does.
I absolutely
really
do.
Does.
I work very hard because my wife is very bougie and very extra. And she said
One
she
of my
likes
love
gifts.
Languages, is gifts. And words of affirmation.
Nah, Michelle is dope, and I think if I'm gonna give a quick TED Talk tip, the only thing I would say is just like you'll know when you have that person that like I hate the word love, because love is I've told people I've loved them in the past, so have you, and you may have loved people in the past. I've loved people in the past,
different levels of love.
But I think what is wrapped up in, so like my wife's love for me is wrapped up in like genuine friendship. Like I go to her for everything. Like that's I don't want to say the N word, but that's my ninja. Like she's like, my homies be surprised the way I talk around her. They're like, man, you can say that around your wife. I'm like, man, I tell my wife
cool
everything. Like nah, she ain't cool like that. But
I am cool like that.
But like she's my like.
I'd be like, oh, you going? I'm coming too.
Yeah. But not even that. But it's just the conversations. It's just. So I just think it's what it's wrapped up in. It's like you could get everybody can have the same spinach wrap, but like what are the ingredients, and how have those ingredients been cooked? Are they raw? Are they seasoned? All that stuff. And so are they organic? Whatever. So yeah, it's just, man, I just hope people are out there doing them. It's 2022, and the last 2 years have been crazy for a lot of people. For us, it's been honestly a blessing, in disguise and not in disguise. But man, we just wanted to get back out here on these podcast waves and just really, just say, man, we got 150 downloads.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh snap! So to the 150 people that downloaded us,
thank you,
man, hey, thank you. Like I'm like, I was surprised to hear that, because we're not doing this to like be famous or whatever. It's just enough people hit us over the last couple years to get to say thank you and show love that we just want to continue to
and ask questions about how are we doing it, and getting advice. Yes, they have.
Don't ask me no questions, because I don't know.
Yeah, don't ask him no questions. I'll tell you the truth. Right?
I really don't know. I just wake up every morning and I hustle for my relationship or for my marriage like I hustle for my career. And this is my first hustle. This is my first job, my family, and so forth. So that is that's important, and it's not by accident that the things that are happening in my career are a direct correlation to the stability and all the amazing things that are happening in my life and my marriage and my, with my son and all the other good stuff. So I'm tired of talking. We like 15 minutes in anyway.
And that's amazing, though, that how, it can trickle an impact in other areas, so it's always good to, it's always good to, love yourself, love those that love you, be kind, always walk in that vein, and, things are going to come for you. Things are going to happen for you. Stability is always important to us, in whatever form or fashion. It could be financial stability, emotional stability.